Today we are going to focus on Owendale and take a look at a tale of two trips for Owendale. First off in the Preakness Stakes and then in the Ohio Derby. And what we're going to try to show in this video is sometimes you hear about rough trips, you hear about tough trips, you hear about easy trips, and you're going to see kind of the difference, how much of an impact a trip can determine the final performance. So sometimes you'll see a horse go up by 5 or 6 lengths in a speed figure, or you'll see them regress in a speed figure. And also horses will lose to certain horses in one race and then turn the tables in the next race. And a lot of that can be trip. And we're going to just take a little, Owendale had two vastly different trips in the Ohio Derby and the Preakness Stakes. I would say both of them were actually good trips, but he dropped in class and was able to win the Ohio Derby. But this way we can kind of evaluate the context of both races and then see where he fits in as he looks to maybe either the Haskell or the Travel Stakes later this summer. Let's start with the Preakness Stakes and Owendale. Now Owendale is spotlighted and he's currently sitting mid-pack. He is comfortable, he's running smoothly, and at this point he's having what I would call a good trip. Remember Preakness Day, the general consensus is the rail was a little bit live. So notice that here the jockey does go inside, but then that horse at the rail kind of cuts up and shuts him off a little bit. So now he's trapped, but he's still in contact with the field. And as he comes into the stretch, now Owendale has to make a decision. He's kind of boxed on the inside. He's got 3 horses directly in front of him. The only route really is to go outside, and that's what he does. He goes outside. The horse kind of gets ready for a stretch rally, and he's losing a lot of ground, losing a little bit of contact with the field here. And now he just fans wide, way out in the stretch. He probably ran about an extra 60, 70 feet. Now, he was not stopped, so he was able to keep his momentum, but he just lost a lot of ground. So he comes rallying up for second on the outside, and for those who bet him to win this day, it's a solid effort, but he was a tough luck second. Let's forward now to the Ohio Derby, and this shows you what a difference a trip can make. There's Owendale in the back of the pack. He's saving ground, so similar to the Preakness Stakes at this point in the race. But now the jockey kind of continues to let him relax. He knows he's got some speed out on the front end that probably isn't going to stick. Now right here he's in the middle of the track, and now notice how he shifts in, goes inside, going to save that ground, wait for the speed to maybe stop on the turn. But he's relaxed, he's running smoothly here, and the jockey's got a ton of horse. So now he's just going to stay on the inside, and watch this. He splits horses right when the hole opens up. Now, a lot of horses will not do this, so that was impressive. But look at all of the ground he saves now. He's running inside versus the outside trip in the Preakness Stakes. He gets even with Math Wizard. Math Wizard is running full out, and Owendale is just under a hand ride. This is a solid effort in the Ohio Derby, and this shows you the difference in 2 trips. That's a look at Owendale. 2 races, 2 vastly different trips, and how do you evaluate those performances? Now, sometimes that's why you have to watch races. When you look at the past performance running lines, you see a 2nd place finish in the Preakness, you see a 1st place finish in the Ohio Derby. You might quick say, oh, the Ohio Derby was an easier race. Well, he did face less competition in the Ohio Derby, but it was a completely different trip. In the Preakness, he went wide, and in the Ohio Derby, he stayed at the rail, and he engaged, he split horses on the turn. What's next for Owendale? Well, they're looking back at grade 1s now. He had a great effort in the Lexington Stakes. I think that put him back on course. Trained well going into the Preakness, but he got a wide trip, and the inside was probably playing a little bit better that day. He saved ground in the Ohio Derby and faced weaker horses. Did he improve, or did he get a better trip? That's for you to decide. Next up, we'll see how it plays out in the Haskell or the Travers Stakes for Owendale. Remember, hit subscribe or ring that bell to get more notifications. Where do you think Owendale should go? Leave a comment where you think his next race should be, And stay tuned as we go more inside some of the trips on some of these horses as we look towards some of the summer races.